I rolled well. I just couldn't do anything.
Should I do the thing?
Yeah, do
You're listening to 89.1 The Exile Radio. I'm your host, Raymond, on a show we like to call DJs and Dragons, where we play a game called Dungeons and Dragons. Now, Dungeons and Dragons is a game that takes place in our imagination, but there are books for it. We just don't really use those that often, unless we're making our characters. Now, all of this was created by me in my head, not a lot of the rules, but the city that they're in. Now, the city they're in is sort of divided up on either side between the races, and they're the two races, or the two sides that have different races on them are kind of warring, or they're about to war. So these guys have to stop it. Now, Rowan is not with us today. He unfortunately could not make it, so instead we have my friend.
Our friend.
Smiley Miley from Miles and Newman.
Not that Dave, it's just Miles.
What time and what day is your show on?
2:15 to 3 on Monday.
Thank you for being here, man.
No problem.
He hasn't been there very often. Being that CC and the Misfits is from 3 to 5.
Eh.
Cece, are you talking
talking
crap?
Totally am.
Are you talking mad garbage, my dude?
Yeah.
Dang.
Okay. Let's have Miles explain his character.
Can you explain your character to us briefly?
I'm a Tiefling Ranger, level 1. Something you should know about my character, I once committed a crime and somebody else took the blame for it. I'm okay with that. That's pretty much the important stuff.
Okay. And you're a bounty hunter, right?
He's like, this happened.
Yeah.
Bounty hunter ranger. That's an interesting concept. It's kind of like a sharpshooter. It's really cool. How about you?
How about me? All right. I'm Katie. I'm also one of the DJs here at the station, and I play as Kelwin, who is a druid elf, wood elf. And I had some visions before my village was attacked about different races, and I wasn't sure what it meant, so hopefully along this journey we'll figure that out along with this group of friends.
Love it.
We're
Cece?
friends.
I
Me?
suppose so.
I don't play. My character is Olaplina. Her original name is Mooo. There's a couple ways you could say it with accents, but I am a rogue elf who was raised by assassin cows in the forest. I lived in the trees.
Why is it whenever I think of your character and you go, Murr, I always think Murph. Like, is she going to say Murph?
Murph.
Murph. All right, yeah. Assassin cows. Love it.
Explains the get up.
Mr. Corey Cruven.
First, promote your show, Cece.
Promoting my show. My show? Oh, well, I'm from CC and the Misfits on Mondays, 3 to 5. We do great news, we got some music stuff going. We got, it's lots of fun. I got 2 co-hosts. Well, it's a really entertaining show if you like entertaining shows. It's not like this. This is an entertaining show, but not the kind of entertaining I'm
Okay, that's
talking
enough.
about.
Raymond does a show too.
That's a lot. I am on a show called Dead Air Wednesdays from 5 to 7, where we talk about entertainment and everything of the sort, music, games, movies, kind of like the concept, like the cool concepts we'd like to see made into those things. It's really interesting, and I think you should check it out. Now, how about you, Katie?
Your radio show.
Yes.
This is DJs and Dragons. You guys are DJs on a radio station.
You're not a DJ.
You're not a DJ.
I'm more DJ than all of you. I work for a major
actual-
market radio station, sir.
Okay.
But you are not a DJ.
What's the radio station?
I have been on the
What
air.
a nerd. Anyways,
We are nerds. That's why we're here.
into the indie.
Yes, I'm on the show Into the Indie Wednesdays.
From
Well, it was 3 to 5, so I don't know if I'm going to keep that.
Or-
But to be continued.
to be continued, you know?
But on the show, I have alternative music, indie music, upcoming artists I'm hoping to have come on, and we'll have interviews. And I also talk about space, because space is really cool and very important to me personally, and space is just really interesting, so.
And one thing that's really cool is when you mix indie music with space, you get some like really trippy stuff.
We get
I'm just
very
saying, those two go
interesting
together
combinations.
like peanut butter and jelly. All right, guys. Now,
No, Cruven, Spine,
Yes.
Spine
I'm,
Crusher.
Yes.
I'm Corey.
Crushers.
I'm the instructor of this program. It's a high school program, 89.1 FM, the PHS.
Exile Radio.
Yeah, and we talked about, so I also work for other radio stations like 99.5 WYCD and 104.3 WOMC And occasionally I'll help out 98.7 Amp Radio. I change the attitude
pitch.
every time I have to say a different station. Not on the air. I've been on the air, but I'm not officially one of their on-air talent. I'm one of their engineers and promotional people.
Wow.
But anyways, I am playing Cruven Spinecrusher, Crusher of Spines, CEO of the Crushed Spine. He's a half-orc paladin who was raised by barbarians, which makes for interesting role-playing.
Yes.
It's always interesting.
Continue.
Continue.
All right,
Let's go.
now-
We left off in a bar.
We left off in a bar. Now I
Tavern.
just kind of want to sum up the last like 2 minutes of gameplay we had, just so I
So for the last 2
can
minutes,
bounce you back where you guys remember.
we were in a tavern talking to some. Well, I wasn't, but Spine Crusher over here and Rowan.
Mr. Spinecrusher to you.
I'm sorry. We're talking to some people that were very non-helpful.
Hey, you spine boy, listen here.
Okay, and
Trash
then
talking cowgirl.
and then I don't know, something happened and everybody just started smashing bottles on their heads, and something happened behind this door.
There
This
was
very
a loud knock.
this very well bolted door, and something happened, and we don't know what's behind it.
But V knows something
V
about
knows
it.
something about it.
I mean, it's in her tavern.
She
so-
has to. So,
So
that's what.
And
about
V
where we left off.
and Cruven have a thing going on.
Clearly,
as
What do you
far
mean
as
by
what-
thing
it's
going
blinding
on?
him.
It's like a
some-
will they, won't they?
it's like a
Oh.
bromance, but like tension.
Wait, is he a
I
guy
see
or a
it.
girl?
V.
What?
V.
V is a girl.
V.
V is in Vicky, but her name's not Vicky. I can tell you that.
I'm calling her Vicky.
Don't.
won't.
Is it one of those things where we unlock her name, we can like destroy the curse?
If
Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah.
you can help her figure out what her name is, yeah.
Oh, that's all I
Do
remember.
you remember the introduction?
Oh yeah,
Hi,
she was like,
I'm V.
that's all I remember. There's something going on there.
Something to it.
Sketchy.
Yes.
All right.
Now,
Okay.
what was the name of your character, Miles? Just so I can.
Zen.
Zen?
Z-E-N.
Wow. Are you Zen?
Yes.
All right. Now, Rowan is not here, therefore his character in the last episode, he decided to kind of dip out of the bar and follow that weird lizard folk character. And we'll see what comes of that in the
Next
next episode
On Dragon Ball Z?
on D&D.
DJs and dragons.
DJs.
Okay. Well, let's pick up on the story.
So,
On Dragon Ball Dragons.
so what are you guys gonna do?
I go over to
The door's knocking?
Kelwin and I go.
There's banging
I'm
on the
gonna
door
go-
behind the bar.
I whispered to her. I'm like, I feel like we should go check this door out. Like, I feel like Cruven should distract V while you stand guard in front of me while I look at this lock.
I say, well, guys, how do we feel about that? I'm pretty on board because
I'm already talking to V. I say, so what
All
would you
right.
recommend and why?
I walk over to. You
Okay,
have a
so
question? Hold on, Miles has.
V,
Miles.
you gotta raise your hand, man.
Oh, okay. I thought I was supposed to be in class and raise my hand before I
no,
do stuff.
you just go.
No,
for
you
it.
just go.
Okay. I interrupt Corey and Cruven's conversation, and I use my charisma to ask V what is the name of the right-hand man.
Wait, who are you?
A guy who wants information.
I'm like, why are you butting in on my conversation?
Because you're
with the tea
taking too
lady?
long.
I haven't introduced you. You're not here yet.
Aw.
Whoa, a demon!
Okay,
That is
so
offensive.
I kind of casually step away from Cruven and V and just kind of move towards the door with
Now, as you're doing that,
Uh-huh.
the two doors swing open.
Wait, the locked
The-
ones?
you-
No,
The,
Oh, the front
the
doors?
front.
the front doors when you guys
Got
come
it.
in. They
Oh,
swing
no.
open, and this weird demonic-looking tiefling named Zen comes stumbling in, like they're limping. They are beat up, and half their body is just kind of burnt. Not too
What
bad, but like their
happened?
clothes are all singed, and they're kind of limping in there. They've got a longbow.
I
strapped
see
to
a
their back.
demon.
What a great distraction.
And I
I
think-
start going towards the door even
Well,
more.
can a tiefling really be singed because they're not affected by fire?
No, his clothes.
Okay.
His clothes are.
I see a demon, and I think, wow, that'd make a really
And I
cool
believe they're
ally.
resistant to fire. They're not immune to it. They're resistant.
Okay.
I look over at Zen and I'm just like, I look at Cruven and I see him already going over there. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to let him deal with that. I still had torch.
Comrade, what happened to you?
I don't answer.
Silent type, I like it. Can I help you to a drink?
No.
Well,
Well, looks like we can't be friends.
I help him up off the ground.
I appreciate that.
He wasn't on the
put him
ground.
over-
He was
over-
never on the ground.
Oh, I thought he was.
No, he's
I-
limping.
I kind of take his arm, I direct him to a seat next to me, and we sit down and we talk. We have a nice conversation. Where are you from?
Underwood?
Underwood?
Yes.
Where's that at?
Far out?
Corey,
Far out, man.
can I
Sounds
say?
fascinating.
Can I?
Yes, it was.
Can I say HE double hockey sticks? Can I say that? Is that okay?
I'm from the sticks. There we go.
Well, you're from the Underdark.
So that makes sense because it's an actual river.
No,
in
that's
the
actually
Underdark.
not. It doesn't have to be. That's not part of how
Okay.
tieflings work. Is that cool
That's
though?
not how it works.
Is that cool though?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So V comes walking up. We guys are having this conversation. She sits down next to him. Sets like this
Okay.
big
It
glass.
depends on the context, my friend. How, like, what way are you about to say this?
You'll see. I'm not gonna say it. I'll look at you. She goes up. She sets down this big jar of alcohol right in front of him, and she says, "Here you go, my friend. You look like you've been through
Yeah, I
A
guess
lot.
that's okay.
hell."
Yes. And so we, I drink some. You drink
Just
some.
kidding.
I don't
alcohol?
drink.
V just slaps your hands when you
Oh.
reach for his alcohol.
I'm like,
I pushed my
what was
glass
that
over
for,
to-
idiot?
I pushed my glass over to Cruven. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Cruven.
Cruven?
Cruven.
Spine crusher, crusher of
She,
spines is the full
insists.
title.
She wants you to drink it.
I don't want to drink it. I don't know her.
She takes offense to that.
Oh,
She's like, what are you trying to say about my tavern?
I
You
take a
don't
big
like
gulp
it?
there.
Huh?
I take a big gulp of the drink.
She's like, nah, do you feel better?
I feel bitter.
She looks at you.
I feel like my whole ideology and morals have just been erased.
She looks at you and she's like, now your pee might be purple later, but it's okay.
Oh, nice.
okay.
I look at Zenna, said, yeah, it's normal. It's complete. It means it's working.
So
During
Olaplina,
this
are you
time,
still
I've
checking
made
out
it to the door, and I'm ready to start doing my thing because I still see V
You did-
with Mr.
You're not gonna just start and lock pick it, are you?
Well,
gonna
I
look-
don't know what else to do. Can you check for magic maybe behind this door? Check for something that I
I'll
wouldn't
check for magic and see if there's something suspicious because there's something about
Yes.
this door.
So Kelwin.
Kelwin.
Okay.
All right,
Arcana?
Yeah, that thing.
Arcadia?
I don't know.
Arcade?
That would be 15.
Okay, so for me personally, as a DM, I'm not entirely certain how Arcana works in the main rules, but the way it works in my head is when you do something, it's going to give you a feeling. And when you look, you're checking the door itself.
Well,
right?
because
No, well-
magic is that makes sense because
Yeah.
magic is.
Are you checking the door?
I'm trying to see if there's something like behind the door that's stronger.
Behind the door? Behind the door. So you're saying behind the door?
Yes.
Okay, behind the door, you just weird, just like all kinds of just odd magic, like no two of a kind, just these weird things just emanating kind of magic.
Is it different
Some
from the
stronger
magic
than
I
others.
feel? The rest?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's weird. It's not as strong, obviously, but it's like you feel little bits of just random things, and it's like it's really confusing.
That's suspicious. And now I might feel that there's like a protection over the door.
Now, the door itself. Do you want to check that?
I will. So, do you want me to roll again for
Yeah,
that?
I would.
All right. Ooh, that one's a little rough. That would be 7.
You're getting this weird, like tingly kind of feeling, like almost like
Don't touch the door.
almost like static electricity kind of going through your body.
So you're taking that as a bad feeling?
I'm taking that as there's like a glyph of protection or something on this door.
So
Nice words.
Don't-
Those were good. That's
so
an
what
interesting
should
way to
our,
put
should
it.
should we not deal with it now and just go over to Mr. Cruven and be
Do you want to like toss something on the door?
toss something?
I mean, if you touch it, I don't know if it's gonna have a different effect. How
See,
strong
yeah,
this
because if I
is.
start like picking at it, what if it like
I don't want you to die.
Yeah, what if
Please don't do
what
that.
if it's like electrocutes me and die? I don't want to do that. So should we just go
Carpe
over?
diem.
Should we go just like
YOLO.
talk to Cruven about it? and
Seize the
see
door.
What we think we should do? Like maybe find a back way into the store.
I don't know if there is. Like,
Well,
I would assume that this is the one door
yeah. I mean that would make sense.
because it's. But we
let's-
don't have long. But
I mean,
Would you guys? So, Corey and Miles, do you have anything you want to do right now?
Well, I'm looking at Zen, and Crone's like, so how do you feel about killing the undead? Are you a fan of it?
Neutral.
I'm a fan
yeah,
of
yeah.
killing the undead.
oh,
And I think that you've got some untapped potential.
he's trying to crit you.
I would like to know how I could help you in your quest. And maybe we could work something out. Because undead, I think across the board they suck. And if you agree with me, then you're already on my side.
Okay.
So let's talk. Let's find out how I can help you. That's basically the conversation that Cruven and Zen are having.
Well,
All right. Well, Olaplina, I believe that we should probably go back to the group now because nothing is coming off this door, and I don't want to risk it and have
Yeah,
either
let's
of
not
us
risk
die.
it right
Yeah,
now.
or setting off an alarm
So
and
you
then
said
have everybody
anything
like
to me
that's
about it?
magically affected
we
turn on
will.
us.
Once you get away from the girl that is V, or the woman, I should say.
Well, I just spin in my chair like, what's up?
So we kind of get over here. Is this guy cool?
So
Look at the horns.
I
This is
mean,
the
that's
coolest
pretty
thing
cool.
I've seen all week.
Do you think we could trust him?
There's only one way to find out.
Oh God.
you good?
I'm good.
Okay, cool.
Can we trust you?
I mean, you haven't given me reason not to.
I like that answer. So, Cruven,
Yes.
we were looking at that door over there that has all the.
I start to look, and you're like, don't look.
No,
Don't look at it.
Stop it! Stop it! Just look at us! Look at us!
Like the eyes are just kind of like
Okay, calm
trying
down.
to peer.
Calm down.
V is just kind of like twiddling her thumbs.
Yes.
Like she's.
Yeah.
Is she still at our table?
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
she's behind the bar. Our backs are facing her.
Oh, I thought you guys went to go sit down. She sat down next to him.
yeah,
Oh, there's a bar, right?
Yeah, I don't
So
know where
we're
you're
at
sitting,
the
but
bar.
All I know is she sat next to Miles.
Yeah,
that was a great.
that's how bars work.
Yes, so she's sitting at the bar. She's not
Yes.
behind it though.
Well, V's behind the bar.
No,
That's
she's
what I
not.
was trying to tell her.
Oh.
V's sitting in front of the bar. Then
Yes.
who's behind the bar serving the drinks?
Nobody.
Well, she's
Well,
an awful
anyway-
bartender.
anyways.
She's twiddling her thumbs.
Okay, go ahead, finish talking to me. If that's the case, then I assume they're like whispering it to me.
Yeah. So
V's just still not even paying attention.
the door has a lot of different kind of magic behind it, and we think that the door is protected.
I've got probably the best way to find out what's on the other side.
What?
And I turn to V and say, "Hey V, what's on the other side of that door?"
She looks up. She kind of like just looks up. She doesn't smile. She doesn't frown. She doesn't scold you. She's just very neutral, and she's like, "Who are you?" she's like, "Who do you work for?"
I'm
like
an
super
adventurer.
questioning.
I work for whoever is probably the goodest person.
The bestest.
She's like, "That's a really good answer." She's like, "Just my collection."
You collect? Can we see it?
you have to unlock level 10 friendship.
You got ID?
Roll persuasion. Can I see it? Yes.
No. She wants to know if you work for the king, or his guards at least.
Well, the king asked us to be here, but I don't really have any
Loyalties.
as of right now. I don't know how to feel about the king.
We all just kind of got here and we have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's holes in
I
his
want
story.
to. I want to find out more.
She looks at you and she's like, "I'm on the same boat."
Yeah. The whole orc slave thing is really rubbing me the wrong way too.
She's like, "Yeah, this is pretty messed up."
Right?
She's like,
You're bonding.
she said, she's like, maybe you can maybe go back there. She's like, do you have any kind of like collateral?
Collateral. You could have Peric.
Oh.
yeah, we
just
can
got
give
passed
Eric
out.
back.
She's like,
Zen interrupts
she's
and
like, the
gives you
moment
guys
you let
10
him go,
gold.
he's gonna come wandering back here and
I
drink his
interrupt
life
and give you
away.
guys 10 gold as collateral.
I don't need him.
Oh, well, I mean, she's a tavern owner too, so
She doesn't.
we could give her gold. but I don't think that's.
Would she want Peric though? I don't think she wants Peric.
She asks if you guys have anything pretty.
Anything pretty?
You got anything pretty?
I don't really. Cruven doesn't really carry pretty stuff. Do
I
you
mean-
find spines to be pretty?
I do.
Like exposed spines for my enemies?
Like it depends on the spine, you know. Like it's weird, you know. Like I like a good spine, none of those like kind of like garbage spines.
Well, this is a goblin spine on this really nice mug, and I
Well-
pull out one of the mugs.
She just smiles. She's like, I'll take it. She takes it. She's like, I'm keeping this.
That's good because I was gonna
She's
offer
like,
up my family's
she
ring.
looks at you, she's like,
That
this is
would've
I was
been
going
really
to offer
bad.
my
She's like, this is
cowbell.
payment. She keeps
no.
My horn?
it. She wants it.
I thought she wanted my horn though.
Can we
Do you want me to
start
sign it?
She's like,
Oh,
let's
no,
not
you're
get
good.
weird. let's not be weird here.
Like it's not already
That's
weird.
an authentic crushed spine mug too. It's like it's got the name on it.
She's like, crushed spine?
Oh my gosh.
Never
Yes,
heard
that's
of
the
it.
name of a tavern that I used to own, and I'm hoping to bring it back.
She's like,
thought-
she's like,
Is this a recurring
we'll
thing?
talk.
I would love to talk.
We'll talk about it.
Can we see what's behind this door now? You got your collateral.
She kind of goes up to it, right? And she goes up to the door and she gives it 3 punches in just 3 random spots,
Okay.
or appears random to you.
Okay. Can we make
And-
a perception check?
and
Cruven's like, that makes sense.
She punches the door in a couple spots, and then she reaches for the handle and she opens it up.
Okay.
Can I use my
Make-
intelligence to memorize that?
You all stand there mesmerized at what you see, which is roll a perception check.
I'm scared.
Or make a perception check. Roll a d20.
Oh,
and
I
make
got a
perception.
22.
Gosh.
I got a 22.
22, nice.
Ooh.
I got a 7.
7, 22, 7.
16.
16,
3.
3.
I see black. Everything's
Cruven?
dark.
Cruven, what you notice is that the floor is different. It is made of sort of this like black marble.
Oh, that's just really, really creative.
This should be out in the tavern.
Yeah, really though, like, because wooden floors, those go bad. I wonder how like durable black marble floors are.
Taking it for a business perspective.
Now,
Yes.
now, who had the second highest? Miles?
Wait, second lowest.
Miles.
No, second lowest.
Minus,
7.
yes.
Miles, 7. You
Zen.
notice that the torches that are strung up on the walls
+1, so you had 8.
are the torches hung up on the walls, they are old. Like they're not new, they are not newly lit. These things have been burning for a long time because what you see under them is sort of this terracotta tray that's just full of ashes and it's just piled up because from all of the this has been burning for a long time. You notice the same thing. Corey, you also notice the torches, you just don't notice all the ashes and stuff and that they've been burning that long. You're pretty oblivious to that. You notice that this hallway appears to go on a lot longer than this. It goes on for a lot farther than on the outside this entire building seemed to be.
Magic.
And you, of all people, notice that V is just grinning like so wildly. But what you notice is that on the ground, right in front of you, the thing that was banging on the door is this little fluffy ball. It's just, all you can see is fur. It's just white fur, right? It's shaped like a ball, and you just see one big eye looking up at you.
I want to study it.
Well, you don't see it. I see
This
it.
thing is
Oh,
about
yeah.
this thing is about a foot tall. It's about 1 foot by 1 foot in size.
Oh.
And when it sees V, it just starts spinning. Like,
Okay, so if this is a collection, she might have multiple of these.
Cruven's licking the marble on the floor, just like
Licking?
how it tastes.
Licking the marble?
you're looking.
Yeah, how do you know how a floor tastes if you don't lick it?
I thought you were
Zen
calling the
looks
little
at Cruven in
circular
disgust.
beast thing on the floor a marble. I was like,
I
please
look at
don't lick her
Cruven in
pet.
disgust.
No, it's like because I know how the wood floors taste, and I know how the stone floors taste. But like when you go to a tavern and you
What?
fall over, I want my customers to be able to taste the best tasting floors.
Gotcha.
Is this a
that's very
recurring thing that
creative.
you do?
Now,
Yes.
this little ball on the
geez.
floor, you see, you hear her in this like kind of like one of those puppy dog voices that people use for babies. She's like, "Hi, Sockon," and the thing literally goes, and then it rolls up her leg, and then rolls up to her shoulder, and just like nuzzles her, and then she's like, "All right, you ready?"
Oh,
So
oh,
do I see
Like
it
it's
now?
completely normal. Like you've obviously seen one of these in your life.
Could I ask her about it? Because I love animals and creatures and...
She says, "Here, hold." She's like, "Here, hold it." She grabs it and she just kind of tosses it to you, hoping you'll catch it.
I catch it!
Roll a d20.
Oh
Make a dexterity saving throw.
no! Oh yeah, I'll need that. So do I roll again, or is it just the...
Nope, you add your dexterity
Okay, so...
for your saving throw, which you should be proficient because you are what you are. So.
you are what you are.
So what, it's just this, the +2?
Nope.
Or the-
go to your right. Saving throws. That's above your skills. It'll say dexterity. Here,
It's just 2.
let me see it.
I have no numbers on my saving throws, by the way.
Okay, dexterity. So it's +2. Okay. I don't know if you're proficient in it, so add 2 to whatever you rolled.
Alright, so I got 9.
9? Oh,
A
9.
nine?
He's dead.
It's kind of on its way toward the floor, and then with one hand you just kind of scoop it up and catch it,
Oh, thank God.
and then the thing starts just kind of like slightly bouncing in your hand, like it's like vibrating.
Oh, yikes.
It's a Jigglypuff.
Oh my god.
She's like, hold on to that.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do that.
She's like, don't break it. One of a kind.
Oh,
Now.
I go to study it while I'm like holding it.
Okay.
Yes.
So you guys gonna continue down the hallway?
Yes.
Yes.
We are going to follow V
Yeah.
down the hallway.
As you walk down the hallway, the ash piles that are in those terracotta trays, they just get bigger and bigger and stuff to the point where you're walking down a hallway, and once the thought in your guys' heads flickers that, is this hallway ever going to end? The moment you think that, all in unison, you all just immediately just appear in this room. Just the
is a
moment you
trap.
think, like, is this really, is this hallway really a real thing?
What
The
kind
moment
of
you
magic
question
is
it,
this?
poof, you're all there. And you're in this room now, okay? And she said, so the reason I wanted to know if you guys were guards, she's like, so you're not supposed to really have these things, but I have them because I want them.
Oh, what is it?
You cool with that?
Okay.
What
Yeah.
you see laid out in front of you on different sort of pedestals, they're, the pedestals kind of come out of the ground and then open up, and then on top of each one of them, there is a different magical item.
Oh,
Now,
I like.
what
Cruven
you
doesn't really get magic.
I like a lot.
He's like, wow, that's
Looks at it.
anticlimactic.
What you guys see are the following.
Slaves.
Oh.
What?
No, there are not magical
We're
slaves
we're
sitting on pedestals because those pedestals are not that big.
Okay.
They're kind of for like show.
That's what I was expecting.
And each of the pedestals kind of has its own light around it. Like it's
Okay.
not like there's no external light source. They're just kind of the pedestals themselves are producing the light.
Are they different color?
Huh?
Are they different color?
The lights, no, they're just typical like white lighting.
Okay.
What there is at the current moment, there is the following.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm just kind of like making sure I have everything I need before I say it.
Right.
Because if I say there's something
Oh,
there,
I understand. I just I'm like trying to fill the
Yeah.
silence.
Dead air.
you guys can discuss stuff.
So,
I turn to Zen and I say, so your
I'm
parents.
petting
Tell me
the
about your parents.
My
Jigglypuff
parents?
creature. That's what
I
I'm gonna
didn't
call
know.
it.
You
All I
didn't know
knew
your
was my
parents?
sister.
Like, oh. Tell me about your sister.
My sister, I'm working on gathering money to save her.
Ooh.
Yeah, by the way, this tiefling just followed you guys.
In my head, I was thinking, that's a lot to lay on a person you just met.
do we still have Thodrum, or did Thodrum go with Rowan?
Thodrum's still passed out on Peric.
Oh,
Yeah.
where are they? You were watching them.
They're up in the bar.
They're fine.
Right now.
People
They're
pass
passed
out all
He's
the
taking
time.
a nap. It's fine. Guys.
There's a bar full of people looking after them.
I don't.
Okay, what you see are the following. There is a tome of understanding on one. Now, each of these, they are all next to each other in the order that I list. There's a
Okay.
tome of understanding.
I really don't understand that one.
There is a tome of leadership and influence, and then there's a tome of clear thought.
Can I do like
3 books.
a check, like a intelligence, to see if I know, or would that be wisdom because they're more magical, right? They're tomes.
Make an insight check.
Insight. Okay.
I attempt to steal them all.
Miles, can you grab that for me?
Yep.
Thanks.
Somebody's knocking on.
Yep, I hear.
20.
Ooh.
20.
20?
20.
Okay. You know that these books are very rare, and they are one of a kind. You will not find
Just
these
like you, little
same books.
Jigglypuff.
So these. Okay.
Well, I gathered that much too, because she was like,
I'm not really supposed to have these
Yeah.
books. Just a fun fact.
I attempt to steal the books.
I move quickly in front of him and be like, "Hey, you're a guest here. We're not gonna push any boundaries right now.
I like holding the Jigglypuff.
Let's not
I
push."
steal Jigglypuff too.
No!
That's not how it
Not
works.
to keep.
That's not how it works.
I gotta try.
No, you're not stealing the books.
I inspect the books.
You what?
Inspect them. I study them. I look very closely at the books.
You lean in and
There-
you look at the books.
Now, there is also a tan bag of tricks on one pedestal. There's then a rust bag of tricks on another, and a gray bag of tricks on the last.
Well, I suppose that these items would help us.
And on another one,
So there's the Tome of Understanding, Leadership, and Influence, and what's the third one?
there's a tome of understanding, leadership, and clear thought. And then there is tan bag of tricks, rust bag of tricks, and gray bag of tricks.
Would clear thought dispel any mind effects? If it were like a spell?
Are you asking if you would know that, or are you asking
Are you
me?
asking to do a check?
Both.
You're
Because
asking
I
me?
don't know. Generally.
What are you making?
Genuinely, I do not know. I'm wondering if the Tome of Clear Thoughts would clear the mind of,
Would
well,
clear
I imagine.
thoughts?
Well, I mean, like, if it would remove magic effects
How are you
from
trying to find
somebody's
this out?
minds. Look back on my wisdom, because that seems like a magic thing. Or would that be insight?
You
Might
really,
be Arcana.
you
There's
have-
nothing?
You honestly have no way to tell, really,
makes sense.
what this magical item will do.
All right.
I asked V, where did she get these?
She said, I don't remember.
You don't remember.
She
a lot
said,
of things.
yeah, so she looks at you and she says, the funny thing, so you know how I have all these like magic items, right? And
Yeah.
like, I get new ones all the time. And I don't remember how I get new ones. See, the problem is one time I touched this thing and it made this thing happen where I kind of just, I remember the first letter of my name. And that's really the entirety of it. She remembers nothing from her past until this thing happened. So anything before this event, she remembers nothing of.
Well, what
Let's
was
say
the
what-
thing that
Explains
you
it to me.
touched?
She's like, one day I just kind of found myself here with sort of a paper I signed, and I only got she was writing a letter, and she says that the only thing she saw was where you'd sign the letter and then the first letter of her name. And she said, and then I decided that, well, since I had this kind of magical room full of these items that I've collected, she's like, she just built a tavern around it, and that's kind of how her business came about.
Seems reasonable to me.
So, yeah, she's like, so this whole like weird racism thing that's going on, she's like, I don't really know anything about it.
Now I say, well, V, we like you how you are right now. And then I say, is there any chance we could see the letter that you started writing?
The letter? She says yes. She's like, but I don't have it with me.
Okay.
Would you like to get
Where
your
can we find
memories
it?
back?
Yeah.
Well, maybe we can help you do that, because that might help us in a way too, figure out what's going on, if that is the case.
She said, hey, go for it, but she's like, it's hard to find something that kind of got, in a way, the way she explains it, her memories weren't taken away and
They were
put somewhere
erased?
else. They were kind of just taken out of existence. They stopped being a thing. So she's like, by all means, if you want to find something to bring back, go for it. She's like, but
You said you touched an item.
what she's
too.
saying, she was talking about, she was offering to kind of help her get her memories back, and she was kind of explaining it like they're the sort of thing that kind of is just disappeared. They're not taken away and brought somewhere else. They kind of just vanished.
But again, you said you touched an item, and you remember that much. That caused you to lose your memory, I want to say?
Corey, you good?
Yeah.
Okay, let's continue.
Do you know what that item is? Is it in this collection anywhere?
She said, I don't know. She said it was some weird thing I found on some, like in the letter.
Craigslist.
All it said, huh?
Craigslist.
No. She said that she's like, I went on an adventure. I found this thing, and in the letter, I was writing a letter saying I found something, and I figured whatever the thing I referred to in this letter, she's like, that's what took it away.
So you don't know what was this. You can only assume what you thought this thing was.
She gets kind of snappy. She's like, for the last time, she's like, no, I don't know anything.
I asked me, is she willing to part with these items?
She said, no.
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 They're the one thing that she really
But they
has
might be
besides the
causing
memories.
the reason why you're losing your memory.
She said, I'll tell you what. You help me out, I'll help you out.
Okay, so how
That
can I
seems
help
fair
you?
enough.
To start you off, I'll give you one magic item. And she points at Cruven and she says, well, let's wait till he gets back.
I kind of
Go to Mer.
Okay, he can hear us. She points at Cruven and she says, you know what? She's like, hey, muscles. And she kind of like laughs because she was kind of being sarcastic. She
No,
looks
I
at
think
him
she does.
and she says, she's like, to start you guys off, I'll give you one magic item. She says, that hat of yours looks pretty worn out. And she offers you,
It's well loved.
and she offers to you
A hat of greater understanding.
a hat of disguise. She says, if you take this and you do something for me.
Does it look similar to the hat that I'm already wearing? Or is it completely different?
No, it's similar. It's the same style of hat.
Oh, nice.
It's just a better hat. It's more magical.
It's like that was done on purpose.
I mean, I'd say it's slightly taller, but that's about it. So it's just a little taller, kind of like a businessman's cap. Like it's more of a nobleman's thing, whereas yours was more along the lines of like a fisherman.
What are the capabilities of this hat?
Now, what the hat of disguise does is, while wearing this hat, you can use an action to cast the disguise. While wearing this hat, you can use an action to cast the disguise self spell from it at will. The spell ends if the hat is removed. So it's basically a free. It's basically a spell just given to him, disguise self, and as long as he's wearing it, he can cast it. But if someone takes the hat off of him,
All right.
it goes away.
Yeah.
And
I feel like that could be useful.
She
in
offers
this
it. She says,
situation.
she's like, I'll start you guys off with this. You can have it as long as you help me out.
Okay, what you need help with?
Really quick. So the disguise spell, like, is it an unlimited thing or is it once per day thing?
Unlimited, I
It's-
think, right?
It's
Up to your action.
it's unlimited. to
In
an
the sense of
extent.
your
like if
action
it gets taken
points.
off of you, it goes away, and it only lasts sort of so long. It's really you have to look up. I'll look it up for you right now. You have to look up the disguise self spell because that's what limitations there are.
Okay.
But it doesn't it doesn't take away from like your daily amount of spells you can cast.
Okay.
Because the power is not coming from you; it's coming from the hat. So it doesn't drain you of anything. So she proceeds to pull out sort of this rough sketch of. She pulls out of her pocket this rough sketch of a person, and she says, "I want you to find this person. I have something to say to them. Find them and bring them back to me." This is the person that she is talking about.
Oh. Oh.
It's sort of like a wanted poster that she pulls out of her pocket.
Oh, we know that guy. Well, I don't know. I didn't see that guy. That's not going to help. They're not going to see that, Cece.
Well, you never know.
It's on the phone, so it
It's
is
on the
reflective.
Yeah.
Yes,
Cellular device.
we'll find a way to put it.
But
up
the only
in
one
post.
among us who did really see him is now out.
Steve. So we're just like, what a... Well, okay.
Yeah, it's a really weird coincidence.
That's a guy.
Man, Steve. Okay.
Is the toad in the picture too?
The wanted poster says, "If
The
found,
toad in the background.
if found, CV." and it's like her trademark kind of symbol. Because
The business card?
funny thing about V, in people, when you don't know your name and you only know one letter of your name, you tend to get kind of creative with that letter. This is how she writes it.
It's a C and a V.
CV.
CVS Pharmacy.
Clearly.
Plug sponsored.
No.
Thank you to our sponsor.
CVS Pharmacy for sponsoring the DJs and Dragons show.
Just kidding. Yeah. 100%.
Right, yes.
Not actually.
But if you want to be a sponsor,
We're all for it.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's kind of how
Okay.
Reminds me of
Sends
the
everything.
Eye of Sauron.
Yeah, and I have a better drawing of it somewhere else, and I'll show it to you at that time. But yes, so that is kind of what the wanted poster says, and she gives it to you. She hands it over to Olaplina, and she says, "Take this." She looks at you and she's like, "I would give it to you." She's like, "But you have a habit of burning things. It looks like
I take that offense.
you're wearing a singed cloak."
I
Okay.
say,
happen.
yeah, that's his thing. Like
Well,
as if I've
things
known
can
him my whole life.
do the fire
That's his
thing.
thing.
I just fold it up and put it in my pocket.
Okay.
I actually have a pocket.
Zen appreciates Cruven helping.
You can add that. You can add the wanted poster
I'm
to your
adding it.
equipment, because you might need that eventually.
Like Cruven thinks the relationship is closer than what it actually is.
It's growing there.
See, Cruven's friends with everybody.
Yeah.
Mr.
Until they give him a reason not to be.
Okay.
Friend of all and leader of all.
All right. So, do you have any? Do we have any other questions?
Great character.
Is there anywhere this hippie was last seen?
She's like, okay, listen. She's like, that's your job. She's like,
Oh.
I don't know anything. She's like, if I knew where he was, I'd find him. She's like, but I can't.
Well, that's like where he was
Let's
last
go
sighted.
find him.
Okay.
She said,
Oh, we're just
she
going?
said, what I will say is that you're going to be able to find him on the more
Shorter side?
on the
The shorter side of the
on
island.
the shorter side, the right side.
Yeah.
See, I like to think of it like the left side.
Because
is
they're
the big-
dwarves and halflings, shorter side.
The way I kind of think of it in my head as a DM is the left side is the bigs and the right side is the smalls. Like that's sort of the nickname. I go
Shirts versus skins.
with. Yeah, bigs versus smalls. That's kind of how I think about it.
Okay. Let's
Okay.
go.
Are we gonna head over then?
Yep, we're marching up the stairs.
I look towards V and I say, "Thank you. We will do our best."
I look
I
at
shed a
Thodrum.
little tear because I have to give her
She
back
said,
the.
she said, you better, I want my hat back.
You'll get it.
And
It's
then
fine.
she kind of like curtsies, but she tips a fake hat.
Ironically, say it's not really my style, but I think it will be really helpful. It's exactly the same hat as before.
Oh no, it's more business.
I look more like the Monopoly man now.
Kinda. It's like screaming businessman.
I would get a monocle.
Okay.
I
Hello.
hand her back.
Okay.
So we go back
the
upstairs.
Fluffy thing.
Yeah.
We walk back towards.
I
the-
return it.
As you guys are, she's like, hey, give me.
Ballin'.
Catches
V
it.
has to roll now.
Oh no, she catches it. She is not letting this thing hit the ground.
But
So-
you were. For shame.
I caught it.
Then why'd you have to roll?
Now, while you're leaving, she's like, hey, watch out for the kids.
What kids?
As you turn around and ask that, you're walking down the hallway, right? And the room disappears, and you're back in the bar.
Okay.
I walk over.
I'm weary of children anyways. So I go, is Thodrum up? Is
I grab.
Thodrum awake?
I go over to grab Thod.
And by the way, V
Pippi.
is like
Pippi?
instantly, she's back behind the bar, kind of like whistling and playing with her like nails,
Yeah, sure.
What's the other guy's
kissing
name?
her muscles, or the little gemstones on her necklace, playing with them, you know.
So like a reset button.
Yep.
All right.
I go over to Thodrum and Peric and just kind
Yeah, I
of.
want to wake up
Thodrum
Thodrum.
and Peric, when you get back, are hitting it off.
What?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, hitting it off.
not like beating each other up, like they're like they're
Being good friends.
they're like chatting.
Good.
Because Thodrum at this point is like equally drunk.
I
say-
kind of go over to them. I'm just like, okay, guys, it's time for us
Yeah,
to
I sit
leave."
down with Peric and I think we need to have a heart to heart with Peric. I said, Peric, we got off on the wrong foot.
Oh no.
As you say that, he lifts his leg over the table and says, "What foot?" He has, and it's literally just a stub. He has a stub.
What?
He has no foot.
He has no foot.
The whole time? Was that a thing?
Did you look at his feet?
I love the irony. that's a
I pull
that's
Cruven away and
really good
apologize.
sense of humor.
Scene.
Huh?
How did
Yeah, how did he run if he was on the
He's,
stub?
he's got
scene of the
fake
crime.
feet, guys.
So he has
What did
one
he kill
Eric.
the dude?
He was
Perrick.
sprinting.
I thought you were talking to
Thadrum?
no,
Who do you think we were talking to?
the drunk elf with the weird eye.
Oh no.
No, we're talking
no.
I
to
can't remember. What was his
Perrick
name
and
again?
Thadrum.
Yeah, because they were hitting it off. He was.
Yeah.
He even said, "I
I
wanted to
sat down
talk
by
to."
Perrick.
Perrick.
And I said we got off on the wrong foot.
I thought he was going to mention his
I
Achilles.
thought we had to make Perrick's foot amputated, and I was gonna feel real bad for that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. This is like,
Brain fart.
yes, this is killing me.
Okay.
You guys keep going, and I'm gonna.
Well, Perrick says, you're forgiven, my friend. And then we say, best friends? And he goes, best friends. And we say, Perrick, can you tell us, will you go be a part of our team? We won't abandon you like your
your friends?
previous people did.
Your previous
but we
family.
do want to bring you back home. Do you think that we could go there together? Perrick says yes.
I remember the elf, or not the elf, the dwarf with
Dwarf.
1 foot and the weird eye. His name is Bonar. How could I forget
Yeah.
Bonar? After you guys laughed so hard about that.
Yeah.
Well,
But
mostly
we're
you
done
just
with
laughed,
Bonar
but-
because
What?
he's not helping us.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we did. We kind of ignored Bonar. He's just
It
kind
was
of.
when I said Perrick, I meant to say Perrick.
doesn't
Not
understand the
Perrick.
joke.
Perrick's still unconscious.
Oh.
Okay.
don't have a hard
It's
time.
Thadrum and Bonar who are hitting it off. They're both dwarves.
Okay, yes.
Perrick is a halfling. I'm so sorry, dude.
confusion.
Can we try to wake up?
I've made a lot of short people in,
I feel
in the
like
last
we
couple
should
days,
just-
and it's like the mixing them in my head.
Let's pick a Perrick and let's
Poor DMing. Oh,
start
man.
moving.
I would like to talk to him before we take him over to where everybody
To
else
who?
was. So I would like to go to V and say, this parent guy, he's a regular here. We've been having some issues. We don't want to have issues anymore. Is there a way? Do you have any of your drinks that would wake somebody up, and so that we could kind of have a conversation with them?
Well, I thought
She
he
says-
and Thadrum were hitting it off.
No.
Wasn't he up?
She
Different
goes,
guy.
I have, no, it's not Perrick, I misspoke. It's Bonar, the guy who was like this,
Oh, I gotcha.
who's missing a foot. Him and Thadrum are hitting it off. 'cause
Okay.
both of them are really drunk. Perrick is still unconscious. He's still at the same table, but he's unconscious in a chair. She looks at you, she says, I have just the thing to wake him up. She grabs a large bottle from behind her on her bar. She walks up to him, she takes the bottle, and she smashes it over his head.
That's
He
what I
wakes
got
up.
Let's say good morning,
He
idiot.
wakes up like this. He's like, whoa, what's going on here?
I say, rise and shine, idiot. And then I say the same thing that I said moments ago to the wrong person, which is, I think we started off on the wrong foot.
The moment he sees V, he immediately calms down. He sees you and he panics, but he sees V, and he immediately calms down and he settles down. He sees some of the ruby stuff that Bonar wanted. He grabs it and he's like, "This stuff is the bomb,"
I had some,
and he drinks it.
and then I wait for him
God.
to smash it over his head.
What?
I wait for him to smash it over his head like everyone else did.
He just like what?
He
What's
goes-
going
he
on?
goes- then I take a swig and I smash it on my head. Like, yeah.
V kind of like slaps his shoulder and like does this sort of thing. Like she's like, "Hey," she's like, "You causing these newcomers trouble? You've been causing them problems?"
She's
What does
talking to me.
Perrick say?
Yeah, what does Perrick
I didn't know
say?
if you guys want to interject. Okay. Perrick says, "No." He's like, "I was just doing my job," and she's like, "Aren't we all?
Yeah.
Aren't we all? Really? Think about it."
I mean, he didn't really cause any harm to us.
She's like, "So were you guys lying?
No, he killed a
took it-
guy
He
who
killed
was
one of our
watching us.
guards.
Your guards? What
Well-
guards?"
No, remember,
It's not ours.
the king hired us. Don't have any loyalty toward him. But there were people
Guarding our
looking after
house.
us.
So I pull out the wanted sign and I just say, "Have you seen this dude?"
Peric says, I've never like met him, but I've seen him.
So where have you seen him at?
He says, well, and then all of a sudden Bonar just comes in with his drink and just bangs a metal fork against it, and he's like, I know that boy. He is in a gang.
Oh.
What kind of gang? What's their symbol?
The
He's
bad kind.
He looks at you and says, the kid kind.
The kid gangs.
Those dang kids.
Okay, and so now Peric has seen him, and this weird guy has seen him. I say, so where do you normally see him around?
He's like, you got a map? And he grabs out like a pen. And he's, well, wrong eye. He takes it, and his hand's all wobbly, and he just gives you a very vague like mark on the map. Like it's not very accurate pinpoint, but he's like, swoop. So you know like the kind of the district it's in.
Okay, I show it to Peric. Is this accurate to you? Like, is this where you've seen him as well?
And he's like, no, I saw him somewhere way different.
Can you tell us where you saw him?
He's like, I saw him rob a store, like just a little north of there. He's like,
Okay.
not too far north, but quite a bit.
I said, Peric, I think we've come to an understanding. Do you want to go with us
What was the store
to find
selling?
this guy?
He's like, I don't know. He's like, I've never been. He has no clue. He just saw someone chasing him while he hopped away on his giant toad. He rides a giant toad named Crank.
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 Crank is
Crank.
the name.
Crank the giant toad. You leave Crank out of this, all right, guys?
So,
Spend a lot of time on Crank, all right?
I think we have an understanding here, Peric. Would you like to come with us to find him?
He said, I'm staying right here.
Okay,
Oh,
that's
well.
fair.
Okay. Well, okay.
All right, well,
Don't drink too much.
V laughs and she's like, you trying to stop my business? Oh! And she eyeballs you and she's like, listen,
Listen, Playboy.
getting
Wish you
drunk
would.
is the name and making money is the game. All right?
All right, guys. Well, I think it's a good idea that we head out. However, before we do, should we go back to the house and kind of plan this out a little bit more, or do you want to just do it now?
Just go now.
Or just make plans? Because do we know how we're gonna get there?
With our what feet? We're gonna walk.
At this point,
There's a
Bonar.
river between the two.
Well,
we have to go
we'll
through
make a
the
boat.
palace.
At this
right?
point, Bonar is like laying across two chairs, and Thodrum's at his feet, just poking like where his foot used to be, and he's like, "Whoa, what's that?"
I look at Bonar and say, what happened to your foot?
And he goes, "I don't know." He's like, "You know what? That boy's frog probably ate it." And then he's like, or it just disappeared. And he's like looking at the ceiling, trying to find where his
I look at Bonar
his
and
foot
I
went.
say, sir, if that frog ate your foot, I will bring that foot back to you. You have my honor, my word as a paladin, that I will return your foot.
He just starts like viciously bowing at you. Like
I act like this is a normal thing.
he bows so much that it looks like he's a dying fish.
Oh.
He then dies right there at the table.
No.
Okay, so what would we pick up at the house if we went back?
Well, I don't know. Maybe we could just plan some things, or maybe we just go right to the king.
We
Is
just-
your owl at
Why would we go to the
castle
king?
so that we could.
Do we have to go past the castle?
No, my owl's been with me. Like
Okay,
it stays
okay,
with
okay,
me.
Do we have to go past the castle?
Well, the castle is the only one that has the drawbridges, from what I understand, right? That's what we heard from the beginning.
Yes, that is how you get from side to side.
Yes.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. I like the idea of the king paying us money for doing things in his favor. Peric, you did something that the king doesn't like. Would you like to help us dupe the king out of some money?
I'm into that.
This is what I would like to do. I would like to pretend like you're dead, like we have killed you. Can we have something as proof that we killed you?
His other foot?
No,
that's a
then we're
different-
talking
As you
about
say that, he's like, as
Do
you
you have
say
any
that,
ideas? Yeah.
as you say that, he kind of like looks. He's like, He's like, the only thing that anybody would know me by is my, and he's just patting around his sides. And he's like, where's my sword?
Sword? I
Steve
thought
was
that we
guarding
left
it,
that on.
I think.
Oh, did Steve take it?
You, no, I believe last session you said you left it at
Oh.
your house.
No.
You
we
said-
didn't
you
leave
said-
it. I thought
you
one
said
of us
that you
had
brought
it.
Eric
No,
with you,
one
but
of
you
us was
kept it.
carrying it. Yeah,
Steve did.
One of us was carrying it.
Let's
I wanna
just,
say it
for
was
the
Steve.
sake of the story right now,
Let's
he gave it to one of us before
let's
he
go
left.
with this. Let's say that while Steve was drinking heavily, right,
He was playing with the sword,
And he
and
took
we were
it.
like, maybe we should take that from him.
and he took the sword. He was kind of like swinging it around and started poking things. And Cruven came up and he like kind of like snuck it away from him. He took
Yeah.
it. So you got it from him. You have the
Okay.
sword. However, the sword is not on you. You left it at your house.
What?
You left it at your house. You took it from him at your house. That's when he was upstairs drinking before Pippi ever came along.
Oh, okay.
The sword is left at your house.
Okay.
Okay.
So we
Well,
have
then
to
we
go back.
explain that to him, I suppose.
So yeah, it's not your house. It's not our house.
It's still there. Where?
But
Wasn't sure what kind of a person you'd be, so it would make sense not to give you your weapons right away until we figured something out.
he's like, I want it back. Like he is like hitting the table. He's like, I want it back.
okay,
He's shouting.
Okay.
that's fine.
We can return it to you after we show the king, like, hey.
Like, wait, but that doesn't answer my question.
What was your question? I'm sorry.
Do you have any idea as how we could make it seem as if you are dead?
I thought that was pretty implied. You said,
The
is there
sword.
anything you can show him? The only thing that is kind of Peric's signature thing.
Oh,
is his
he wants
sword.
us to show the king and then give it back to him?
No, he wants it back now, but
Oh,
you guys
no.
have it. That's what I'm trying to say. That's why it's not on your person, because if it was on your person right now, he would attack you for it. Like,
Okay, Peric, we can
Can
give
we
it
use
back.
some persuasion?
Do you want to go with us?
Can I
or-
roll a charisma and try to persuade him that we need the sword?
he's kind of like irritated, but V's kind of giving him like a dirty look. He's like, once you're done with it, he's like, bring it back. Like, he's very serious about it. He's like, otherwise, he's like, stuff's gonna happen.
That sounds like a threat.
It was a threat.
I want to
Well,
intimidate.
listen, I don't want to bring it to the king. and have
Basically,
the
when
king
you asked
take
him
it.
if there was anything you could
Yeah,
show
that's
the
what I'm worried
king,
about. You know what? Let's just go back to the house.
Could we persuade the king just to give it to us? Like, keep it if it comes to the point where the king's like, I want
It's a trophy.
Yeah, and we can say, like,
You really think that's going to be how it works?
No. I expect the king to take it, so I don't want to take it to him. We don't
what
need
else
to do
can
that.
we do?
What about the king's advisor?
What about the king's advisor?
Because we don't have to talk to him all the time. We can talk to his advisor. Because
No, we have to talk to the king.
Yeah,
We have
That was
to?
the agreement that we
Uh-huh.
made.
you could always pass it on through one of his men.
To what?
One of his men, like
The
the right hand man, one of the guards.
Like just tell him, hey, we killed a guy?
no, say, hey, this is
we
the guy
borrowed
who
What
killed.
about the
We
guard?
found the guy who killed the guard. You could always do that.
But how do we prove that we actually did anything about it?
Like I said, Peric is known by this sword. This is like his signature
Okay,
thing.
okay.
This is his symbol. This is his livelihood.
Okay, let's do that.
Every
March
kill he's
back home.
every kill this assassin's ever made was with this sword.
Okay. All right, I guess we go back home.
let's head back to the house.
But then again, the guards that were guarding in front of the house saw us carry out his his incapacitated body. We could just tell them that, hey, we killed him,
Yeah.
and have them pass on the word.
We'll
Took
just walk
care
up
of
to
him.
them and be like, it's taken care of. Don't you
The
worry.
guy won't have, said, Peric, for your sake, don't ever go back over to that
Yeah.
side again.
We'll
Stay here.
help Peric in the same way. We'll tell him like, hey, you're now dead. So
Yes.
Bonar wants to come with you guys. He's like, bring me with you.
No,
Yes.
no.
Yes.
He starts rubbing his stomach and he's like, I want somewhere to sleep.
He is intoxicated to the point where
We don't
he
know
will drag
him.
us down.
You have no idea what he's like when he's sober. He might be the coolest guy in the world when he's sober.
Well, he's not sober.
Come on, let's go. Listen,
He starts
he's
chanting-
my friend.
He starts chanting. He's like, I am Bonar the Wise, master of all, questioner to none. And
I
he's like-
believe it.
He's just monologuing like
believe it.
all this crap.
He's coming with us. What's better than having? Listen. We got 2 elves. We can use 2 dwarves.
He
Even out the
he goes-
scales.
you have the hat of disguise.
Yeah, I do.
He's like, awesome, and he goes to get up, and then he steps, and then he forgets that he doesn't have a foot on one of his legs, and he just falls on his face, and he's like, which one of you guys took my foot?
A frog did. I'm gonna help you get it back.
Cruven, you carry the man if you want to bring him.
Sure.
Okay.
Well, how does he walk around anyway? Like, he has to have a method.
He is missing his right foot, and his left eye is always closed. Bless you.
Well, then how did he get into the tavern if his foot's already been...
Let's not worry about that right now.
Someone's asking the right question. I'm kidding. Listen, sometimes things just happen.
So does he have a crutch? Does he walk with a crutch?
The
Do you have
cane.
anything?
No, this
Okay.
man has nothing but clothes on him.
Okay.
He has nothing.
Oh, I say, V, do you have an extra wheelbarrow?
She's like, you can check the shed out back.
If you have one that you're not using, can we take it?
She's like, yeah.
Help this man.
She's like,
Alright.
why not?
Let's
She's like,
go see.
I just put Dodgem on my back. He's still pretty drunk, and I don't want him.
You put
stumbling
Dodger.
around. Yeah.
Dodger seems like a pretty heavy guy.
Well, I'm a very strong person.
You're a very cow elf.
I wouldn't
are
be able
very
to do
strong.
that. I would just like lift his
So wait,
pinky
who are
and be
you
like,
carrying?
Dodgem.
Dodgem can walk.
Dodgem's in
He's
top.
Dodger's like, get off
When
of
you
me.
go to pick him up, you know, he just kind of like pushes you.
Only
and
Steve
you
can
can't
pick
even
me
lift him
up.
up anyways. Like he's
I'm
a
an elf.
dwarf. Oh, that's wonderful. I don't think you understand. The dwarf is half your size. He's not that short. He's half your size, and he's
For a 6'8".
he is just all muscle.
So he's
He
3'4".
weighs
Yes.
he weighs about as much as you do.
Yeah, they're...
He is not like a garden gnome.
Why are we keeping Okay, so Dodgem does what?
He pushes you off of him.
Yeah, he doesn't let you pick
Keep
him up.
it easy.
All right, we're going back to the house. Well, do we have the wheelbarrow?
Did you go check
Yeah.
the wheelbarrow?
Yeah,
All right.
Was there a wheelbarrow?
I don't know. Was there a wheelbarrow?
You going to the shed?
Yes.
Yes.
we're
All right,
in
the shed is kind of padlocked.
Okay.
It's all rotted wood. It's beaten down. It's got vines growing up the side of it.
Is V nearby that I can ask if she has a key?
Well, no,
No.
I didn't even need to do that.
Okay,
I just
well-
old. And
Can
even
I
if we
use
had
one of my
like...
crowbars to break the lock?
No one's been in this shed in like years.
Oh,
And if we had water, I could just freeze the lock if you don't want to like waste a lockpick. I don't know if you have lockpick or...
I just
I
open.
don't-
I
I
just
just
kind of push
roll.
the door
You
open.
just have tools.
It
Yeah,
seems like the padlock is like rusted. Or
Yeah, no,
a
you-
quick swift.
Well, if it's rusted, you can just
you
break
can
it off.
easily break this.
Yeah, I break
Yeah.
All right, you break it
Okay.
off. Great. It was literally just there for flavor. Anyways, you go in, and in the center of the
What's
place,
this?
in the center of the place is one of those torches that are just constantly burning.
Ooh, that sounds useful. Very useful.
This thing has not gone out. The pile of ash on this one is like incredibly tall.
Yeah, we're taking that.
The pile of
Why would you
ash.
take ash?
No, we're taking
Okay.
the torch that
See,
never
Miles and I are on the
goes
same
out.
page.
Well,
Like, what
it's
is-
out now.
like,
He
what
said it was
kind of-
out
No,
now.
it's not. He said the torch is still lit.
No, the torch never goes out.
What?
From what you can tell.
Right?
No one. I don't think anybody's tried. You want to try? Anyways,
I blow on it.
It goes
The
out.
flames.
You
flickered.
destroyed the
the
magic.
flames.
Congratulations.
Good.
We don't know if it goes out. Did it go out?
it depends on your abilities. What? No.
I want to take the flames with me.
There is a rusted old wheelbarrow.
Yes, I take it. And the torch. You know.
Okay. You can add the torch to your inventory. The name of this magical item. Let's see. What's a good name?
Jonathan.
The immortal torch.
The Ember Torch.
No.
Torch of
Let's just go with-
sorcery.
Torchy.
Let's go with.
Torchy McTorcherson.
Let's go with the
Torch is gonna
nickname.
get
It's,
Torture of torches.
Try Undying Ember. Let's go with that.
Okay.
This whole forever burning fire thing I'm taking from Avatar: The Last Airbender. So
Awesome. What a huge nerd.
leave me alone. You're wearing a
like
cow
Avatar.
onesie.
That is.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's
Miles? Let's what?
Okay. We
okay,
ready?
take the my dwarf friend, my lopsided dwarf friend, and
That's. Wait, Oh, boner.
no,
Bonar.
let's pronounce it differently for the sake of this is a high school radio station.
What's wrong with Bonar?
B.
Bonaire. We call him Bonaire for now.
Look, the name
Bronner.
the name
That's
I have,
Bronner's Christmas.
the dwarven name that I have for him is Bonar.
Well, guess what? I'm adding an R.
Huh?
Bronner.
I'm adding an R.
Bronner.
It's Bronner now.
Bronner?
Yes.
How about this? How
How about this? This is a high school story.
How about this? Hear me out. How about Bronar?
Bronar?
I'm happy with Bronar.
You okay with Bronar?
I'm very happy with Bronar.
Like it's not Bronar. That just you have to. The whole point is the Onar. All right.
Yes.
Whatever you want to add, go for it.
Bronar.
It's Bronar.
Okay.
Okay.
Bronar.
For those of you who are listening, I'm sorry. I know Bonar was a lot better than Bronar, but
Anyways.
Anyway,
Rough.
so Cruven, Crusher of Spines, persuades Bonar to change his name into Bronar. Because Bronar is a bro.
Yeah.
There you go.
okay.
I then changed Thodrum's name to Brodrum.
No, we're keep thought.
Your name is Brophilia, and your name is Rowan, and your name is just Bro.
No.
All right.
And while we're walking, I turned to Kel's, and I'm just like, "You're listening to 89.1 WPHS Warren Sterling Heights, the Exile Radio. This is DJs and Dragons. We're playing D&D live on the air or on YouTube, depending on your streaming that you are watching us on."
Cruven says, "Who is she talking to?"
I never got to say my character. I'm God. Okay, anyways. Now,
Okay.
so you guys are making your way back. You're going back through that alleyway that you came from. Okay. You make it back, and you see it's becoming clear those giant, frog footprints that are on the kind of the path there that disappear into the grass. You kind of see those big frog marks, or frog prints,
Give me
or
example.
toad prints. He's a toad, not a frog.
I have an ability for that. I would like to use investigate.
Investigate. You're gonna investigate the
He
track.
wants to
Yeah.
He wants to follow.
You
the
can get on
tracks.
that. You guys gonna keep going toward the house while he does that?
I'll go with you, and because I have
We're not
background
splitting the
in
party.
the woods
We're
and
just
my
gonna go.
investigation.
We're
I'll
all,
check the tracks.
We're all gonna go.
We're all checking the tracks, or all going home.
We're all checking the track. Well, we're not splitting the party, guys.
Okay, so we're checking the tracks. I wasn't
You can-
sure where we were all going.
I mean, you're not in combat.
I feel like it's
Is
going to be
anything I
okay
can
for at least a
think
little
so?
Well, it's here's my thing: is if they want to go one way and you guys need to continue another, you can do that. It's not.
Well, I don't want.
They're outside of your house. You're going into the house.
Don't go far, please.
Okay, Dad.
bit. No, we'll just wait for you guys.
Okay. I guess we go inside. And why are we inside? We just tell the guards, hey. I mean, we go inside. We go
Well, that's where the
inside.
sword is.
Say, what's our butler's name?
Tormus?
Tormus.
I've got that written down on my hand too. I go, what up, Tormus?
Is he still drunk?
No.
Okay, he's sobered up.
Yeah. I just say hi to Tormus.
He says hi.
And then I grab the sword and I say, any mail?
Before you
Anything
even go to look for the
interesting
sword,
happen?
Tormus is already holding it out. He's like, here you go. Like he
Oh,
knows
dude.
what you're here for.
Do you kill undead? Like, have you ever killed some undead?
He's like, I dabble.
Taurus,
I dabble.
we're gonna be really good friends.
He's like, I hope so. And then he waits for a second. He goes, sir.
Okay.
I sense sarcasm.
Oh no.
No.
It was sincere.
No,
So
okay.
are we going
We
to
grab
tell
the sword and then we show it to
the guards?
the guards and say,
Okay.
hey, we took care of the problem. He won't be by anymore. I show the sword to the guards.
Okay.
But first, okay, so first thing I do is I go to him and say, identification. Make sure that they're the
guards? They hand you a similar leather parchment, but this time the leather is stained blue.
That's suspicious.
What's
It's
stained
just for.
I like.
It's just a different. It's just color.
Cruven's like holding like.
It's dyed leather.
It's like when you check to see if money is counterfeit, but you don't know how you'd be able to tell even if it was. He's just like holding it up to the sky, like looking at it. It's like, yeah, checks out. Hands it back to him.
All right, so now that you guys
one
are
of the
kinda
guards
there-
chuckles.
But yeah, then I did the whole the one halfling that killed your ally. You're not gonna see him again.
Okay. They're completely like one of them is relieved. The other one's still just neutral.
So I said we let the king know that we took care of him.
Yeah. They said, "Do you have anything to show for it?"
I showed the sword.
Okay. They take the sword that's still kind of got a little bit of like the blood on the hilt and stuff. One of them, when you take it, one of them just can't even look at it. The other one just takes it. The one who was laughing takes it. The one who was neutral like looks away.
Cruven kind of looks confused, like, "You're gonna give that back to me, right? Like, that's my trophy."
He said, "I'm taking it to the king's right hand."
See, no, it's my trophy, my culture. When we conquer a foe, we gotta take something from them. That's the one thing that I got.
He said, "We can try to get it back to you, but the king's right hand needs it."
When will I get it back by?
He said, "When they're done with it." He's really,
Oh, I'm not happy about that.
he's kind of like, "It's above my pay grade."
Not happy about that. Can I try to do a persuasion?
I have a
and,
question
like,
for him.
You can
just-
try to persuade him into
Aren't-
I want to show
He
the
hasn't
right
done
hand
his
myself.
Investigation check yet.
What's up, Miles?
What is the right hand's name?
Vexilus.
Okay.
Well, he's not there.
Vexilus
not
right
there.
hand. He is the king's main man, and he kind of does a lot of the political, like, he does the stuff that the
He
king
was the
doesn't
man
feel
that
like
we
doing.
bumped
Yeah.
into right when we
He
were
was,
coming out of the
he's
library.
the guy who he's the guy who saved you on the ship. He's the guy with the library.
He's been everywhere.
Yeah, you've met you've seen him a good 2 times.
Yeah,
Alright.
I want to show myself.
You want to what?
Show him the sword.
Vexilus?
myself,
Yeah, so he's trying to
Okay.
persuade.
No,
Aw.
no, that's a 2.
Well, could I
So?
come out and try to say something?
Yeah, can you
too?
guys help me out here?
All right.
You guys are still off.
I thought we
investigating.
didn't look for the tracks. We said we went with them because we
Yeah,
didn't want
she
to
said
split
she'd
up.
wait.
Okay, I thought you guys said you weren't waiting.
Yeah, she says that she'd wait.
No, we don't. split
We,
up the party.
I think we need to get more of like an on the same page type thing
Well, we're on the
before
same page.
Well-
anybody does like an action, because like this is kind of like getting confusing now.
I get it. We're on the same page, though.
Yeah, well, he said like we shouldn't split the party, so I said okay, well we'll wait. We'll just come with you.
I didn't even hear that. I thought you and Miles. Miles, did you know this?
I'm going along with Corey thing.
Okay. Hey, if that's what you guys want to do.
Yep. So
Truck should be there.
you guys gotta help me with
All right. Well, then I step forward and I say, look. Well, I'll do the roll first to see what I say.
Well, depending if what you say is
I have a 20.
okay. I was gonna say, well, depending
Nat
on
or on nat?
it's good to say what you want to say before you roll, because depending on how well you say it or what you say,
Could be a bonus.
it might have advantage. That's why I
Alright.
was saying. But you rolled a 20, so yeah, no, they said we'll try our best. They see Kelwin and they're like, pretty lady, right? They're like, okay.
Elf.
and an elf, yeah.
They're like, okay, you know what? We'll definitely try. You want to go see him yourself, or do you want us
Not
to?
right now. Right now, we're following a lead.
They said,
But
okay,
I want to
but
wait. I want to show him the sword.
one of
myself.
them, the one who
I
was
don't
kind of
wanna part
neutral,
with
turns back around. He said, you have nothing to show for it, and we're not saying a word until you guys go do it yourselves. Then.
Right, we
So
understand.
until then, this vigilante is still on the loose, and searches are going to continue for them until you get that turned
We
in.
need to do this now then.
Well, you guys got to remember that Vexilus and King Turgak, they're both at the castle where the drawbridge is
That
to
we
where you need to go.
on.
Yeah.
So literally, it's all in the same place.
Okay, fine.
It's not out of the
Yeah.
way.
Okay, okay,
Let's just go.
okay. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Perfect.
What's
Look at
wrong?
me. Look at me, buddy.
Because I know
It'll
that
be
something
okay.
very bad is going to happen if we.
This is Corey. This is Corey. Not Cruven. Cruven's not stressed out. Corey's over here just like overthinking everything.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But you know what? For once, let's just do it because we need to get this done.
Okay, let's go.
We need to find out
Do
what's
the
going
tracks lead in the same direction as the castle?
I don't
need to
know.
roll
We
for
haven't
that?
looked at it.
Okay, let's just follow
Let's
the
just
tracks.
glance at them.
Let's follow the
I
tracks.
want
Let's
to
go.
investigate the tracks.
That's my
See
ability.
where they went.
Do it together, guys.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Thodrum says that he wants to stay at the house. He does not want to go with you guys.
Okay, Thadra.
You don't want to go to where the dwarves are?
Just steep in sleeves.
He said no. He said I want some sleep. He's like he's clearly like just really tired and exhausted. He just
Does he
wants
have a hangover?
he wants to go sleep. Well, they all got yes and no. He got woken up, remember?
Yeah.
He got woken up in the middle of the night.
What time is it right now?
And you guys are...
It's a little past midday because we were at midday the last time we asked. That was
Yes,
at the tavern.
it's about 3 o'clock.
Okay, so I look at Thadrum and I'm just like, okay, just go sleep in Steve's bed and wait for him to come back.
In the what?
Steve's bed.
Oh, I thought you said the Steve bed. I was like, what's Steve?
He's like smelling Steve's pillows. Like, he's like, "This is Steve."
He smells it. Oh, yeah.
Like, I miss him.
No, he gladly goes in and he takes Bronar with him. And Bronar's like, Bronar in the wheelbarrow is all sprawled out, right? And he's like, this is the best bed I've ever had. He's like, hey guys, can I keep this portable house?
Yeah, tell Tormus, yeah. This is our new friend. Take care of him.
He.
You tell who?
Tormus.
Tormus.
Keep an eye on him.
Tormus looks at him, right? He gets surprised, like weirded out.
Is he really surprised after all that
he gets weirded out, and then he goes, well.
Yeah.
he kind of brushes it off because then he kind of is reminded who he's working for.
Yes.
I also like whisper to him, like, keep an eye on him too. And
I'm not sure about it.
Bronar at this point is holding his leg and holding his foot, like where his foot would be, and just staring at him. He's like, where'd you go? Where'd you go? He looks around and he's like, come back.
All right.
Well, we spent enough time discussing that.
Yeah. All right, let's follow the tracks.
All right, so
I'm still looking at the tracks of the knights, so I'm looking at the circle.
Okay,
we'll do the investigation.
are we all going to do the investigation? Or
We can, it wouldn't
You
hurt.
can all investigate the tracks.
All right,
5 and 9.
we're all doing an investigation. How'd you
Hey,
do?
13.
I'll tell you guys when he
And
gets to
then
me.
add your
Oh.
+4.
So,
I have 11.
who has
so
the highest?
you have 14. He has 17.
17?
17.
Okay,
So you want
so
to know what Cruven has?
Oh, wait, hold on, let me guess.
Oh,
2.
your
Again?
Unnatural one.
your rolls are not going.
Again?
You see one of the tracks, and
This
you're
is a
just so
caterpillar.
stumped as to what it is. Like you're more concentrated on what shape.
I see the, like, it's a frog's foot, and I'm just like, why does
Tis
that
a
footprint
frog.
look really weird? No,
Actually,
he,
very
like,
large.
he doesn't know what a
You're
frog, he thinks that all animals' footprints are the same.
Now, so what you two notice is you notice that the tracks they come to a complete stop at one of the buildings that they lead off to.
He went
But
up.
what you notice is that part of the building at the top is broken off. Frogs jump. Toads jump. So the idea is that it stops at a wall, and only you notice to look up, and you see that part of the top of the building is kind of broken off.
That says to me that he's trying to get away fast.
He did just rob them of everything they had. So.
Oh yeah, we were
Yeah,
wrong.
they
We
were
didn't
robbed. Pippin robbed him.
So we're not on the best
Or
foot with
And it was all
Pippi.
Steve's
Bad
fault. It was all Steve's fault.
Well,
was
he's
all
not the one that
Rowan's
didn't have a
Bad,
foot.
bad joke.
He's the one who might have stolen a foot.
Oh,
Oh, that's true.
All right. So yeah.
do you guys want to pursue this now, or should
Yeah.
we just go to the king?
Let's pursue it. Why not? Let's
Well,
look.
we still have the searches out.
You're
for
making your way
it.
back to the
Dude,
king?
For
Well,
What's the next
we were told that we would find him on the other side anyway. So I'd say we just go to the king,
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
turn in the dagger. and-
the tracks might lead to that other side anyways.
That's true. He
following the
can't exactly
tracks.
go through the. Well, maybe he can go through the castle.
I'd be interested to know.
Yeah. Okay. Let's
follow
just
these
keep
tracks.
following the. Well, we can't because it's up in the building. How are we gonna get up?
Well,
jump.
let's see. I have a idea that strategically could lead to success. What if I stand here, and then you get on top of me, my shoulders,
Roof
and
of
then
building?
she gets on top of your shoulders,
What about
and then
the?
Zen gets
I
on top
have
of your shoulders.
I have an idea. Why don't we just use her owl? Because the owl can fly. And
Because that's a lot less cool.
Miles literally just shuts you down.
sorry, but
Well, we
Why
could
did that
use my
woman
owl,
get
but
the
if
owl?
it tells me anything,
I mean,
we'll
hey,
use
just,
it.
you know what? Just try it. Why not? Corey, if you guys are doing this, Corey, you're gonna make an athletics check. Everybody else who piles on top are gonna make an acrobatics check.
what did you do?
Oh, God.
7.
It's a 7.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this.
No. It's a 10.
Okay.
No.
Yeah,
That is
pretty tough.
that will do it. That will do it. That'll do it.
That'll do, pig. That'll do.
Just barely. Cruven's balance is kind of off, but he's like I got this, and he just kind of like he just gets this like out of nowhere just this motivation. He's like, I got this, and he's just like holding on to you guys for like dear life.
I'm
All
Cruven.
right, well, I got 18.
Cruven.
I got 18.
I got a 23.
All right,
I got a 16.
and plus your
Plus 4.
plus 4, so you got a 20. He
worked.
has a 20. Okay. So we all did really well.
So you all get up. Who's on top?
I'm on top because I do not have strength to lift you on my shoulders. I'm just going to say that right now.
Okay.
18 strength.
You are on top. All right. What you see on top is sort of it's the so you see
It's a totem pole of us.
you see the damage. So you're on top of this roof right now, right?
Oh, no.
You're on top of this roof, just you. What you see is it's a regular roof. There's a damage on the corner where the
frog.
crank had landed. Other than that, there's nothing out of the ordinary. But what there is in the center of the the roof, there is one of your chandeliers that were stolen.
I go to get it because I'm right there.
Okay.
Okay.
You get it?
But other than that, there are no further tracks.
So I get it.
Just the damage that he created when he
Okay.
landed.
So there's nothing to indicate where he went.
You can tell by where the chandelier is, because it's not in the dead center, it's more toward one of the sides. You can see that he headed toward where the dwarven side would be. So let's say the dwarven side is east. It was, the chandelier was kind of more on the eastern side of this roof. He was heading in that direction. See, when he introduced himself to Steve, he said, "Hi, I'm Pippi the guide."
Pippi the guide?
Guide.
Okay.
You could have guided us, but no.
But no,
He had to rob
Steve
us.
had to lift him into the air and threaten him, and then freaking Pippi he dismounted off of him.
Yeah. Okay,
so
so
there's nowhere else to go. I guess we just go to the castle to cross through the thing.
I jump off of Mr. Cruven's back onto the ground
Well,
and do a somersault.
am I still in the room?
Okay, make an acrobatics check. If you're doing like a backflip off of Cruven,
I got a 6.
a 6, you backflip off of him, and in the track that Crank had left, you just face plant. Now there is a toad-shaped foot mark in the dirt with an elf
And then the
like
ear,
face
like-
print.
Wow, guys, that actually kind of hurt. I'm good
Well,
though.
stay there. I'm gonna use you to land on.
Yeah, you have to jump all the way off the
Oh, you
building.
just off the building? Make an acrobatics check.
God, I don't want to do that.
Cruven standing underneath like he'll catch.
It's still on Cruven's shoulders.
Can I get off his shoulders, please?
Yes.
Okay, can I raise my
make
hand
a
so I'm
net.
like I'm gonna try to catch her? Because
Okay, you want to catch her?
Trust fall?
All right. Athletics, acrobatics, acrobatics.
Oh!
Plus 2,
What was
20.
it?
I have a 20
you have?
acrobatics.
It's well with everything, it's 21.
I have 20.
So
You land on my hand, like you're standing on my
in the
hand.
most
One
graceful way, you jump
Wait a
down,
minute, I
right?
gotta roll.
Leading with one foot. Cruven catches that one foot, and then his hand immediately jerks toward the ground, and then he lowers it very slowly and sets you
No,
down.
I raised her up
like a
like I'm
ballerina.
like,
We should join the circus.
it's coming to town.
Zen realized something. He has a rope.
That would have helped.
But that would not have been nearly as cool as what just.
So as what just happened goes down, you're digging through your backpack, right? And,
one of us?
And you kind of like him.
Oh.
And he like kind of lifts the rope up, and he looks, and he just sees this kind of like weirdo fest going on. And he's like, he takes the rope, and he just slowly puts it back in his backpack, nods his head, puts it back, gets up. He's like, "Good to know I'm needed."
Yeah, so let's go to the castle.
I
Okay.
wiped the dirt off of my face.
If you're okay with that, I don't want to take power away from you controlling your character or anything. It's not.
That was just hilarious.
This is a little added realization.
Forgot about the rope.
I think we all. Okay.
All right,
Yeah,
so
I wiped the dirt off
So-
my face, and I'm like, Let's do this.
All
And
right,
you were probably
and there
used to
is-
dirt. It's okay, right?
Cows normally fail their athletics when they're trying to do a somersault off
Well,
a
assassin
building.
ninja cow.
Okay, so you guys are heading back.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to the castle now. Because, or
We're singing the song
we
while we
didn't
do
see
it.
anything else with crabs.
As you're heading back to the castle,
Going to the castle.
you guys are, your house is disappearing from view, and then all of a sudden you hear, what the? And then, do you guys want to, you just hear back from your house, you hear, what the?
Fire truck.
Okay, I guess we go back.
Oh, no,
I'm
no,
so
you-
annoyed.
No,
Can I check and see
Huh?
who said it?
Like Cruven is annoyed that now they have to go right back to the house and like.
oh no, I'm just saying,
Make a
just
perception.
turn
Every time we
around.
leave.
It's not out of your view, just turn around.
Okay, we turn
You
around.
turn around and you just see Tormus looking down at the footprint with the face mark in it.
Oh.
And he is just so confused as to what happened.
Oh,
I just
okay.
I kind of walk over here and
I thought someone was doing something.
I know.
Oh
I'm like-
no.
I thought it was
Trust
Bruno.
me, the guards that are there now are like, he would not have a problem with that.
Yeah.
I just pat
So
Thomas
you-
on the back.
the
and I'm
time,
just
by the
like, it's
time you
okay.
guys arrived back at the castle where you'd originally started, it was about, what time was it that I said?
3.
I said 3.
Yeah.
It's like 5.
Okay.
It's like 5 p.m. when you guys get back to where you had
We should
originally
have
started. And you get to the gate. Now the gate, or the kind of like the drawbridge type thing, is very large because this was heavily used before all this conflict broke out. So this was meant for like massive amounts of people to go back and forth on. But now it's like it's just vacant, and you know the guy who runs it is sleeping on the job.
Oh,
He's sleeping on the job.
you're gonna get in trouble, man.
He's sleeping on the job, and you guys are standing at this drawbridge that's still lifted. It's still opened, or it's
Okay.
still up.
Okay. Oh, it's still up.
Can I give him
No,
a
it's
warning
not
shot with my
down.
bow?
So no, I say no, don't do that. So what if we do this? What if you get on my shoulders and then you
Can I
get
use
on
the
my
rope?
shoulders?
Well, he's on the
No,
ground.
you say the rope, but I'm like, a rope would work too, I guess. I guess.
Well, we could just wake up the guard.
Oh, the guard's on the ground.
I thought so, right? Isn't he on the ground? Because you have to
No,
still.
he's just sleeping in his workstation.
Okay,
Where's
well, where's the
that?
workstation?
So he's on the ground.
It's just
because
outside
on a
next to the bridge.
drawbridge, you have to.
Okay, like we could easily
operate
access
the-
it.
You can access.
Can we walk over to
You
it?
can access him. The bridge. If you remember, the bridge is hoisted up by the.
Okay,
orc
so yeah,
slaves.
I tell one of them to wake him up. He might get a little frightened by how awesome I look.
You tell one of what?
One of us.
These two elf ladies.
Alright.
I vote for you because you have more charisma than me.
Well, I don't. Okay.
No, because
You're taking too long. I shake him.
He goes. What? He sees you and sort of your orcish features, and he is like, "How'd you get loose?"
Cause I am.
no,
Mooo.
don't play that way.
I step in front of my friend, and I
He
explain.
kind of calms down.
Yeah. He's with us. He's not. He's
He's not full blooded.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
he is like skeptical, but he's like, "Okay, what do you want?"
We
Half and half.
our investigation is well, we wanted to talk to the king first. I thought to do the.
I'm still like kind of dancing because he called me loose, and I don't really fully
the
understand
draw-
what it means.
the
I think that he
drawbridge-
just means like really cool, and I'm just like, we gotta talk to the right hand man about that.
the river's so wide, the drawbridge goes to the king's like island where his castle is, and then there's another drawbridge on that other side. So you
To
go,
get to the-
so you go from one onto his island, then to the other.
Okay, so
That's-
I just
Because remember, there was one leading to each side.
I just explained to him we need to
He
speak
says-
with the king.
He was like, okay, no problem. He goes and he grabs like a rock on the ground. He chucks it over it. Sort of the orc slaves that are like kind of chained up next to
Oh.
it, and then they all start kind of cranking these gears.
Oh.
You know, and then the bridge starts to lower at a steady pace.
Oh.
Can I do something petty and take his belt before we leave?
Tie
we
his
don't
shoes
know.
together.
Yeah, sure. You can make a sleight of hand check.
This isn't gonna be good.
Listen, I'm not gonna tell him he can't.
I know.
Yeah, plus
I
two.
know. Yeah.
So he had you can say it.
About a 6.
As you're going for his belt, he jumps back all weirded out and he slaps your hand. He's like, "Getting a little handsy, aren't you?"
Oh, he's never seen
I
a
see
belt
him, I'm
of
like,
that
I
beauty
didn't-
before. I mean, that's
I'm
a
learning a-
really great belt.
I look at Zen. I'm like, I'm learning a lot about Zen. Learning about a lot like what he's into,
Is that his pet?
He has a thing about belts. Like he has to know what they are, like what the material is.
He's like the
I'm
guards.
listening to, I believe Kelwin. I'm like, oh, he's got a thing for belts.
On camera.
I like belts.
You like belts?
They help keep my pants up.
We'll get your own.
Okay.
Oh.
So now that the drawbridge is down, we just
Walk across.
go.
Just walk across.
Okay. You guys arrive and you are immediately you hear sort of like the da-da-da type sound, but not
the
not as
fanfare.
much the cheesy one. But and then the king's right hand Vaxilist comes out and he greets you guys. But at this point he looks different than when you first met him. His skin's kind of just like
Decaying.
kinda it's
I check
like,
him for magic.
It's kind of it's a little like withered. It's kind of
Stress?
It's kind of just he's got a little more wrinkles than he did before.
Arcana check.
Very kind of just he's very tired looking. He looks very exhausted.
Can we do a perception?
Like he's been working like nonstop.
Oh,
So
that kind of working. That kind
I
of.
still want to check him for
you
magic
hear
just
that?
because.
Okay.
He looks very
Wait,
tired.
there's a
and
dex
worn out.
thing.
All right. Let's.
Oh, well.
Okay. What'd you get?
I got a 12.
You did an Arcana check.
Just because I don't trust anybody with magic anymore.
Okay. You check and you get this sort of feeling of power come from him. This sort of like nobleman kind of like you. The feeling you're getting is the same way he looks. The feeling you're getting is sort of this kind of like this sort of fine-tuned power.
Well,
It's
doesn't
not-
that mean that he'd have to have some kind of magic?
maybe?
Yeah. I mean, well, if I feel magic from him.
Yeah, it's odd. It's very refined. It's very
Amulet?
standard. not as much necessarily powerful as sort of unique and like finely crafted.
Okay. All right, well.
You good now?
I said we found the halfling who killed the knights, and I showed the sword to him.
He says.
And I said I would like to keep this as a trophy. It's just a weird thing that half orcs do. We're weird.
Peloton's.
We're weird.
Why don't you just do Peloton?
He said.
He would, no.
He said it's not a problem. He kind of he takes it, right?
I said, well, yeah, we
he,
found
he
him.
asks if he can hold it for a second.
Yeah.
He takes it and he kind of takes.
Disintegrates.
No, he takes it and he kind of takes sort of like a hanky or handkerchief out and he kind of like wipes some of the blood off of it onto the white handkerchief and then he kind of puts it back into his pocket and then he gives it back to you. Some of the blood that was left on the hilt. Okay. And yeah. He says, not a problem.
Do we get payment? We don't want to bother the king. Do we get payment from you for the things that we do?
He said, not me directly. He said it. He said, whenever you make progress on
Yes.
these sort of things, he said, whenever you make progress, you show it to a, like he said, the collections office. You can find them.
yes, that's
You can find them. He said they're really on every corner. Anybody who works for the king, this is where anybody gets paid. It's very simple.
Even on the other side?
Yeah, he said they're everywhere.
Oh, okay.
He said, however, this time I'll definitely, he said we can definitely take care of it here. He said, but it's not necessary for you to make this long of a trip just to get paid.
All right. That's good to know.
And he gives you each 100 gold.
Hey.
All right. Thank you.
Does this castle also double as a general goods store?
No.
Oh.
There are markets here.
I would like to buy thieves' tools.
Thieves' tools? You gotta find them first.
I would like to buy arrows.
You gotta find them first. You gotta go to the store. You're talking. You're
Oh, you
talking
already
to
have
like
some. Oh, no,
a high-end official here, and you're asking him to sell you stuff that a simple merchant would sell.
All right.
I
Well,
would like to know more about your city,
besides the split.
besides the split.
He just kind of goes off of what you guys pretty much already know. He doesn't offer any new information. He just kind of gives you like a brief history of the city.
Well,
simple things like that.
Can
Nothing
we ask
useful.
him about like the weird stuff that we've encountered, like the fact that some people that we've asked about it?
Let's
like,
not consult him
He
yet.
said-
let's not consult him yet.
Who, the king?
The guy about what we've found so far. Until we have more of a
She
definite.
said she was going to ask him about like why people act so funny when they ask questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured let's.
No, that's fine. Yeah, why? Like, we've talked to a few people and everyone acts funny.
You want to tell him that?
Yeah.
He said he's like, well, what kind of people were you asking?
Well, we had an opportunity to ask
Well, pretty
tons
much.
of people.
Yeah.
We've asked elves.
Well,
winds.
did we ever? Yeah, well, the only elves that we actually asked were your knights.
The guards.
Yeah, when we were following the assassin, we saw a couple of other ones who got away, and we talked to them, and they were acting funny. So there were dwarves who were acting funny too.
What dwarves?
Was it
Wasn't
it was a halfling.
Wasn't it?
Halfling.
It was a halfling. So I said
Halfling
halfling.
and Broner.
No, I don't talk. I don't say anything about Broner.
Bronar?
I just say.
Oh.
I'm just still talking about.
No,
halflings.
we didn't. We don't know. We don't know the names of these people.
Yeah,
but
they
we-
got away, but when we started talking about it, they just started being really weird about it. Nobody seems to.
Want to talk to us?
and
Yeah.
Everybody that like
He
has.
said, well,
memory.
the way it sounds with you describing, he said it sounds like the kind of people you've been asking are criminals and drunks. So
I guess that makes sense. Is there? Who should we be talking to?
he said. Now, what I will say is that everybody we've interrogated have been off, but they haven't nothing out of the ordinary. But we gave up those hopes of interrogation long ago. He said nothing was coming out of them. He said that's when the king decided it'd be time to hire some people. And then he kind of gestures like his open hands like at you. He's like,
Can I confirm something? This started a month ago, you said, correct?
he said, yes, that's what the king said. What?
That's what the king said.
That's what the king said.
All right. Well, that's.
In my head, I'm like, oh yeah, that revolution idea. It's on effect.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. We're gonna head over and continue our investigation on the other side.
He
So
gives you a
like
bow and just kind of like says, okay.
the orcs, you know how one of them got hit by a rock? Like, can I see which one got hit with the rock?
The orcs.
Yeah.
On the other side of the drawbridge, yeah, you can see one of them sort of like, kind of like with not an open hand, but like a fist just kind of rubbing where it hit him in the head.
So you got any of those berries that you were telling me about?
Well, I didn't actually put in anything for the berries, but I did for all the other healing abilities.
I like
And
to
the
give
berries,
orc a
even if I
ration.
were to use those, they do consume action.
So can you discreetly do something?
Yes, I can actually. I could, while we
Discreetly.
walk by, I could give him the healing word, but that would take an action.
Do you have any good berries?
That's
Do you have that spell?
that's an ability. That's a spell. I don't have that. I
Oh, okay.
focused on cure
Gotcha.
wounds and healing word, so I could walk by him, and
Say, good man.
I could say, I hope that you feel better, and I'm sorry about what happened. And-
They see you and they just kind of snarl and they kind of back away. Like all of them, they want nothing to do with you. They're like, as far as the chains will let them go.
Can I give them a look like you could trust her?
They're clearly more warmed up to you.
Yeah.
Well,
So and like kind of like
a friend way.
Messiah way. It was just like, it's okay. She is okay.
Do you speak to them in?
Orcish.
Orcish, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I know they're reluctant, but they're a lot more at ease.
Do your thing.
Yeah, well then I walk over to them.
Just the
and
one.
The one, and I could actually with my cure wounds, I could do the same thing your lay hands does. So with a gentle manner, I reach out ever so slowly so that he knows, open hands, and
It's like a
I-
dog. You
Yeah.
want to make sure the dog
yeah.
knows that
So
you're...
I just like gently lay my hand over the where the rock hit him and use my cure wounds or my healing. I could use either of them. I'll just speak to him with the healing word and say, I hope you feel better. And in any way that we can to help you, Please, no.
Your word is too long.
Well, it's the same thing. Just know that we will. And then on that, healing wood. There we go.
Okay. So it at first it's kind of like it's not very happy that it needed help, but it definitely takes it and it's very happy. And it kind of like nods at you a little bit, like kind of like a thanks.
And then I nod back.
All right, let's go.
You guys did a good thing.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the
That
dwarves.
spark.
You got
That
my character
flame.
to do a good thing.
This is getting larger.
I thought you were neutral.
I am. You got me to do a good thing.
Yes.
And it wasted my ability point.
Oh, that's okay.
You did it really wasted it, huh?
Yeah.
You did a
These
good
guys are
thing.
going to help us.
I'm just
Hear me.
saying that
You
could
hear
have been
me.
useful.
It was useful.
Maybe we'll find a place to take a quick nap.
I'm saying this from Kelwin's point of view.
We could go
Like
back
I
to the
said,
house and take a nap.
Will Kelwin like a cookie?
Carry me while I
It seems
meditate.
like Kelwin is very cold and calculating.
Yeah, I mean, she does everything based off of, or she does base
So I
everything
think
off
a
of
good way to
intellect.
play that is next time you have to get persuaded by one of like Corey.
Oh,
Cruven.
we've talked about this. I told her about how we could use the orcs.
Yeah, I mean, I do understand.
To
He's
our
already like
advantage.
talked to me or Kelwin about it.
Yeah.
Like, it makes sense.
I'm just saying, if
to
you
get them on
ever,
our
if there's ever
side.
something, you can make a persuasion check against
And
the player,
basically make
and
me
they
do it.
They'll have to make a
I don't
charisma
like
saving
that.
throw,
I
but
don't like that.
I'm just saying, if it,
We'll just talk.
it can come to that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
I'll
mean,
persuade you
with
with my
Kelwin, it
words.
could
Alright,
come
well,
to that.
let's
If
move
it
on.
does,
So you're going to the dwarven side.
Yep.
So you are on your way to the dwarven side of the thing. One of the orcs see you coming, and they start to lower the drawbridge. The drawbridge is kind of blocking your view of the city because it's up, and as it lowers, as it gets lower and lower and lower, you just start to kind of see just like this chaos on the other side. Like
Oh!
as it
Turn
comes-
around. We're taking a nap.
as it comes into your view, there are multiple guards, including the one who manages the bridge because he has the uniform, just firing arrows up toward the tops of the buildings on the other side.
Nope, we need to dodge them.
Just arrows.
We should have brought Thodrum.
The king's
your
guards,
disguise.
the knights,
It's not gonna be
they're
enough.
firing arrows rapidly. You know, there's about 10 of them just firing arrows. And what you see is you just see this shadow, this very large shadow of this thing with the figure of a small boy on top, bouncing from top to top of
man.
buildings, roof to roof. And one of the arrows hits, and it just kind of snags something that has a glimmer to it off of his belt.
That's
and it comes
ours.
crashing to the ground, and you just hear shattering.
No. Our belongings.
And he kind of, and then this figure kind of disappears, and his silhouette disappears kind of into the sun as he leaps away. And you just hear this sort of like really cocky kind of chuckle as he goes. It's like
It's like Majora's Mask. He's like,
Yeah.
mix like SpongeBob's laugh with sort of like a less obnoxious SpongeBob.
Okay.
Can I use
And
my bow
that's-
and arrow and clip the frog?
the
Don't
frog's
ask
gone.
me.
Fire a shot. You can fire a shot.
Hey.
Hey.
Please.
Roll.
What if you hit the boy?
Yeah.
I'm aiming
Well,
for the frog.
if you hit either one, it's bad.
How am I supposed to track him?
Sounds like I'm just a
I
guess.
care more about animals than I do about
roll your
people.
disadvantage because of the sun.
The what?
Disadvantage.
He was disappearing into the sun.
This
Not like
isn't a good
literally.
idea.
So D20.
Yes. Roll it twice. Take the lower of the two.
Oh, 1.
That was a nat 1. We can't roll anything lower than that. So.
No.
What was the second roll?
3.
3.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Waste of
It
arrow.
wisps past, right?
And then you just hear, ow!
What you hear is sort of just that same chuckling voice comes to a stop, and then a more serious, same voice, more serious tone goes kind of like, oh my god, and then you just hear a child crying.
You hit the
A
boy.
separate voice, you hear crying.
No.
A separate child's voice, you hear crying.
How could you hit the? Okay.
So the boy who was on the frog, or
I see what
the
happened.
thing is like they're chuckling, and then all of a sudden they go serious, and they're like, oh my god, what happened? And then all of a sudden you hear another child crying.
So it was
And that's
another
all the
kid.
time we have today.
And that's all we have time today for DJs and Dragons.
You're listening to WPHS, Warren Sterling Heights, the Exile
Alright,
Radio.
step
This
away.
has been DJs and Dragons with Corey, Cece, Raymond, Katie, and our guest Miles, who just hurt a poor little boy.
Who just shot a child with a bow and arrow. Bow and arrow just shot a child.
Make sure you
I
tune
tried.
in.
Maybe.
Make sure you tune in next Thursday from 5 to 7 for more DJs and Dragons and find out how we do on this side if we find Pippi and his frog, Toad.
The toad has a name.
I'm sorry, I forgot.
Crank.
Hashtag please respect Crank. Thank you.
Okay,
right.
Crank. All right, that's it for DJs and Dragons. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure
Now
you
I
stay
have to come
tuned to
back.
the Exile Radio.